Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burns in my hoodies, all my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Okie dokie, I'll keep it low key like Jordan. Wiley up off the yogi, whining like that coyote. If I sip any, my bad boys might be out. Pull up inside a huggy, start eating her ducky. I just opened up the packet and now we're all as well lucky. Tonight she just yelling for me. We should be yelling. Hey, love me, bro. Like orange cosmetics with Timmy, Tommy, and Chucky. Jesus, pieces, ain't Jesus love you. Put Vizine inside my eyes so my grandma would fucking love me. Your generation of me, I know you still remember me. My afro look just like that is. Y'all taught me how to go hunting. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burns in my hoodies, all my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I will smoke a little something, but I don't inhale. Everywhere that I go, everywhere that the ass has it goes to the go ends. Well, go figures, light skin, Jesus got me feeling like Colin Bell. All praise to the guy, got no pros. Niqua. Take me to the barrel like you know me well. Melanated. You in the other chat, Niqua. If you don't see stream elements, you are in the secondary chat. I think we all addicted. I think we all addicted. I think we all addicted. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burn holes in my memories, my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I think we all addicted. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Stavo. I be still a guy, but a goofy. No one never drugs in the Uzi. That's the new principle. Sometimes I'm gonna be about some hoes. Sometimes I'm gonna make a movie. And when it comes to rapping fast, I'm the He's Boson. And though my style pretty, I can still break your body down to 5 pieces. I can get Voltron. Cause I'm addicted to the crap and I be off of OG. Know me, I'm the only one that know me at another scene. Never scared of me, spirits methamphetamine. Never schooling like I'm off of codeine. No pain. Don't be so judgmental. Even though I'm reminiscing, if I don't know what I hope it says. I'm in the back when I let his home. My mother and my grandmother come up with a kisses. This and doesn't praise me, the ones that I praise and I thank it. I need a mother to call up in my clothes and I wanna get a hug and I can't cause I sank it. Never too old for my spanking. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burn holes in my memories, my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Think we all addicted. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stank. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's stank. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses.
Hey, Starbucks.
Nieces and her nephews are just pieces of the layers. Only one she loved as much as me is Jesus Christ and Jada. I got a picture song singing like my grandma. You sing it too, but your grandma ain't my grandma. Mine is handmade, pan fried, sun dried, south side. Envy the devil's vibe, landslide, ran with a hand tie. President on my hand glove, Santa. Something told me I should bring my mother slowly. Take it in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday. Slowly, taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday.
Is that in the bedroom?
I gotta get some more backgrounds though. I've been playing with them.
I like the tree joint.
It took me a minute to get that camera on that mount though. Woo!
Let me fro, peace. Star, peace.
Autocorrect be giving folk names.
Nequa.
Oh Lord, I ain't even got on my headset. You just over here talking. Hold on.
Oxtail is cheap again.
You set up. Thank you, love me from. My bad, Jaded.
You good. Oxtail is cheap again.
You what?
I said oxtail is cheap again.
Oh Lord, is it? I might need to go get me some.
Cheap again. I got an oxtail plate for $10. $10.
Good deal for you.
I think I got about 10 good pieces, maybe about 8 good pieces of oxtail. I got a lot of rice and some greens. It was solid. It was solid $10 plate.
That's good.
I felt good after I ate it. I was sitting there, I had to go mute on y'all.
Hey, Shay.
I ate that shit right
I finally got something besides a peanut butter jar to mount my camera upon.
Holla! Tech Biz Show,
I got that new mic. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
That's super clear. I plugged in my old mic. Can you hear me? Does it sound real crazy?
No, it don't sound crazy.
All right, there you go. My old mic is still working.
Yay. Oh, she's sitting up there being fancy. She made Cajun shrimp and pasta.
I had jerk shrimp the other day.
You can have your little shrimp and your pasta. I know you had the little blackened sauce on it and stuff. The little Alfredo sauce with the blackened seasoning on top. And you probably had a veggie on the side and shit. And some rolls.
Gonna make me start thinking about them shrimp at that Chinese buffet.
Let me not start jaded. Hers. Not tonight.
Pluck these things out the water and just put them in the boiler. Ugh.
That's how they live it.
That should have tipped our people off. I don't know how the hell I
be so accurate when I be doing this shit.
I mean, like, if you think about it, like, that really should have been the tip off for our people right there. Like, when and
you know, the scientist then came back and said, you know what? This didn't start in the lab. This did start in the market. No shit, Sherlock. Ain't that what y'all said in 2019, December?
Nothing they ever say is true.
They sat up here. This is like the third time they done reversed themselves. That's why I stick with the first one, because that's when they be telling the truth. The market did it.
That's what I mean, I agree. I agree with the market. That's
look, if it would have been anywhere else, I would have said it was man-made, but this is China, the epicenter of we ain't going right.
Yo, it's mad people eating nasty. But they didn't want to.
You got nets on the side of your buildings so your workers can't kill themselves. I don't trust you. I don't trust your food. Because you don't give a fuck about your own folk, besides the fact that they still need to get up and work.
I'm going to be less xenophobic and more racist.
Hey, that's not xenophobic. It's an apartment building over there that's been condemned for like 10 damn years. And they just now moving the people out. Do you know what's in the middle of the apartment, Jaded?
Probably a nuclear reactor.
No, a whole goddamn ecosystem. It's got a lake. It's got fish and shit. The birds didn't move the fuck in. Everything. And these people were still living in there. They have like houses that they done rigged up. This ain't xenophobia. These are their conditions. Like,
okay, I feel you on that, because I was going to speak about that.
Apartments on top of the ceiling. And they have to stop people from doing this shit because they jacking electricity and everything else. They kicking people out of these places and they ain't got nowhere to go.
Yeah. And then on top of it, you have billions of people in one place.
But then looky, every day you turn around, you hear about some traffickers that they done found. Like, I know the one that had hit right before the pandemic hit. This dude he had like 30,000 of an endangered species of turtle in a house. And they was just all on the floor, under the floorboards. The people in the village started smelling something, and they finally somebody went up there and they called they equivalent of animal control. And it was like 30,000 of these little turtles and shit. No, it was the turtles, and then they found a shipment of like 2,000 pangolins. Or however you pangolians or pangolins, however you say that. Mm-hmm. But see, that's just when they be shipping them. When they get to their destination, i.e. these places where they eat these exotic animals, they have exotic animals coming in from all across the world, and they shove them into one room. The living conditions are not the best. They cage on cage. They ain't cleaning it out. So all this poop is just in there intermingling. Then you got, like, go back and watch Andrew Zimmern with new eyes. I know where not to go. Everywhere he went on his food list is where I do not want to be.
Yep.
Why? Because they breaking some kind of law to give you that shit. That's why he be like, oh, most places don't do this no more. Right. They don't, because they realize it's inhumane.
About 3:00 in the morning one day, I turn on YouTube and an ad comes on, and it's a doctor talking about the 3 most lethal foods that everybody don't know about, one of them joints, right? Mm-hmm. And in this conversation, they say, yes, these foods are banned in the UK and China for their health because they're poor health. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, do I really care?
But you can get them in the US.
Right, but I'd be like, I'm sitting down like saying, but really, like, do I really care what China is banning for poor health? And you
look, if they banning it, it's got to be bad as hell. I forgot, man. Lil Spoon put up a response video today. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. That's what I see.
This video is about that plate, Dr. Stinky, MD, PhD, NYC, OPP, stands for old people pussy. That's what the OPP means. Old people pussy. That's what he likes. And you can keep making fun of my Anunnaki bloodline all you want, because you're not the chosen one. You're not the Christ. You don't vibrate on a high enough frequency to communicate with.
Now he channeling Nature Boy. Just a little bit.
So with that being said, Stinky, I have a health tip for you. When you got fucked up teeth at the bottom and they're crooked and rotten, you don't cover them up with gold. You get them fixed. So with that being said, Dr. NK, that nigga, he's a plate. 50 cent on his head. White man gonna get him. Peace, man.
So what did NK say about
Peace, family. It's your boy General Genie Little Spoon right here.
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what. I don't remember.
Oh, man, these two are taking a life of their own.
NK saying anything about. Now there goes Inky under the sea. NK with his message to Little Spoon.
Okay, let's see.
With that foil on his head.
I've been trying to make contact with them all week, and they finally reached out to me. I really wanted to know why we have
good looking honky. Don't do that.
They could have came and got him a long time ago, and they didn't have to bring him back after they made him weird. I'm making contact with your people with Genie, the Anunnakis, so they can come back and pick you up. The Anunnakis, so they can come back and pick you up.
That's my queen.
You're fucking up down here, Genie, and the one-armed man is a story. It's a movie. It's not real. So they're probably just gonna pick you up. I was here because I just finished this plate. It's delicious.
Somebody pocket locking.
Should have had some family. It was a lot of good vegetables. Definitely was vegetables in there.
I saw meat on that plate.
I definitely don't eat meat. But anyway, I was in the kitchen. I was cooking up. I was cooking up some little meal, and I was thinking about the different things you could do with mushrooms other than act weird and try to shoot people in the face and catch charges or whatever fuck charges you got. Anyway, so I got a little recipe attached. So while you're waiting for your people to act and get you, enjoy.
This is an oyster mushroom, and it's better than fried chicken. I'm gonna show you. Let's cook it up. You're gonna need 1 cup of unbleached, unenriched flour. Add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, just like that. Add 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon, just like Cajun seasoning, just like that. Add a little almond milk or oat milk to make your wet batter. Now stir, and you want your wet batter to look just like we have our flour, smoked paprika, black pepper, sea salt, Cajun seasoning, and onion powder. Add some panko, stir it. Dredge your mushroom in a wet batter like that. Dry batter next.
He always talk about some feet or something. Leave him be. Over here
I'm not eating any mushrooms.
Mushrooms and shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I eat mushrooms, but at the same time, that ain't what the liquid.
I'm back. I'm actually here underwater, not in the Hudson, because you see there's a dolphin here next to me. So I'm not in the Hudson River. I'm deep water harvesting sea moss, because most of the companies, they collect sea moss off the beach. But I collect my sea moss under the water. I got to deal with Poseidon, and he lets me collect all the sea moss under. I want the crispy conjures. You know what I'm saying? I get down with the crispy conjures. But anyway, I heard there was a fugitive that said that I was a plate. There's a lot of nice dishes, as you can see behind me. So maybe he might want to hop on down and come see me, and then we can get him a plate of shrimp or maybe some octopus. Genie, if you want a plate so bad, I'm down here in the Arctic Circle underwater, swimming with dolphins in the Arctic Circle, because I'm definitely not in the Hudson. So we can get you some nice seafood dishes.
I guess
I hear you like eating seafood from the back.
When we talk about him being
Peace, family.
On the Hudson River.
Brought to you by
But that's what I had heard.
Sea moss extravaganza. Come on down underwater and get a plate. We're definitely not in the Hudson.
He
so
said that
get
twice.
You a plate. I mean,
Lord have mercy.
I guess he's trying to prove that. Guess he's trying to make the prove that he's not getting his
not in the Hudson.
He's getting his sea moss directly from underwater with dolphins.
But I ain't see no sea moss in there, just him and some water behind
I guess he
him.
collected it all.
But how you talk underwater, under the sea?
Because he made a deal with Poseidon. You gotta listen. He made a deal with Poseidon.
Hey, Tomas. He got magical powers.
We're not vegan like NK is. You know, once you get that close to nature, you get gills, you get wings and gills and shit. I'm sure you can fly too.
The lies.
I would bet money that Dr. NK could fly. I think that Dr. NK can soar in the friendly skies with his power of SETI.
He teaching Poseidon French underwater. I can't with y'all. But no, I don't know why nobody has thought of the obvious.
Well, you must have. Share with us.
I'm gonna. If I didn't just have a brain fart and forget the name of the movie for just a quick second, but then I remember. I remember.
The anticipation is killing me.
What they was talking about Mayweather.
Any ghetto USA. Oh no.
Mayweather was trying to overgo, y'all.
What do you got for me? John Doe, between 25 and 30 years of age.
Ain't they though, Tomas?
Like OG. Overgo. Yeah. Any signs of foul play, right? No, sir. Looks like a case of just too many gold chains.
Jumbo!
There you go, right there. That's how Mayweather was looking at the game.
I'm trying to look real wealthy.
The version that didn't get that close, though. I know, right? This is like the D-list version of inventing it. This shit G-list because it's already D-list.
I wonder how we went to the bathroom with all this stuff on. Oh boy.
Take to the bathroom with this stuff on.
Okay, that's enough of that. But y'all get the idea. Hold on. Have y'all seen these pictures? And he walking around. We already know he ain't that big.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen him? Hold on.
I saw Eugene trying on sneakers.
Hold on, I can't put it in like that because it come up with 50,000 pictures of Floyd Mayweather in the gold chain. Let's see, news. There it is, Floyd got Logan Paul money around his neck. If that ain't a case of overgold in the making, I don't know what is.
That's at least a good 10, 15 pounds.
Tacky, thy name is Mayweather.
Please, Tomas, what's going on?
This is what the nouveau riche go do with their money.
Uncomfortable.
I told you they put that one in there too, Tomas.
Nah, but Tomas, Mr. T at least he had that was one chain.
Oh wait, this was in Miami. Yeah, that was just one big ass chain.
That was one chain. It just
two.
Had really just one. Like it was all linked to one piece.
Yeah, and then he had that eagle feather in the back of his head.
Oh, that is your heavyweight jewelry champion. Wow. That man.
Oh, even the damn rat, even the. They was even going at it. Did you hear what old boy said? Did you hear what old boy said though?
Nah, what he said?
Listen.
That man can make some catches. The great Antonio Brown.
No way, I ain't go back farther.
That man can make some jewelry champion. Wow. Your heavyweight. That is your heavyweight jewelry champion. Wow.
Heavyweight jewelry champion.
We're jewelry champion. Look at all that shit.
Somebody say Floyd finna have neck pain. Mayweather looking like the 2022 Mr. T.
Those are like $40,000 chains a piece. Like one of them joints is like $40,000 a piece.
At all, Tomas. At all. I know his neck tired. Floyd looks like a clown. He's too old for that. Yeah, 2 clowns and some guys at a Heat game. What the fuck was Floyd thinking? Mayweather really got like 6 chains all dead. Somebody say this was just Floyd's leg day. So those are some nice chains. Oh, look, it came with a Mayweather. Just shot
with a
the
Mayweather.
fuck out.
Man, oh man, this is the influence of Eugene.
It's got him hanging around his tacky ass.
And they just seeping tackiness off on him.
Shame. You ain't but 45 years old.
Shout out to Mike Tyson, man.
I know, right?
Shout out to Mike. Mike's still holding it down. But I feel like that was
oh, he buying shoes again. No, yo, tacky behind him. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I just saw that.
Tacky ass. They go OG with a portable jury stove.
I feel like that was like a thumbing his nose at Jake Paul a little bit.
I think it was.
She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I...
Stop stealing folks shit, Eugene. It don't even sound good no more once you play it.
And she let it clap for a nigga. She let it clap for a nigga. And she throw it back for a nigga. Yeah, she throw it back for a nigga. Michael Mary.
Not only does he have on skinny jeans, but he got nerve to have sparkles on the back pocket.
Got some Robin jeans on. Some sparklers.
You see that, right? They black rhinestones, but they rhinestones.
She like the way that I dance.
Cut this music off. Because the more I hear the song, the less I like it in connection with Eugene. Don't nobody care because you down the street from the Dior store. You're going to be down there for a good little while stuck in traffic. There it go right there. You see them. Boom. Sparkles all day, honey. Who told you to get little light jeans and put them on, Eugene?
Hey, girl.
Are those ambient? No, them ain't. Are those Riot's pants? Boom, sparkles, fabulous.
He wearing Floyd runoff jeans. Floyd was like, I don't want to wear these. Eugene was like, I'll take them. Ooh, sparkles.
Just as taggy as he wanna be. Taggy. And I know these people tired of him tagging them. Like, nigga, you might be going to jail. What you tagging me for?
Hollywood Goodwill. So will we ever see these shoes on him again?
Look at that shirt. That shirt looked like a small. It looked like they came out the kitty rack. He ain't no more bit of action than the man in the moon.
Nah,
you got on a black hat with a red bottom, with a brown shirt with a yellow collar with some blue jeans on.
And then you got black sneakers.
And what's on the backpack? Just tacky.
Did the shoes he had on the first lace match?
The shoes match the shirt, but the shirt and the shoes don't match the pants. Or the hat.
None of that shit matched the hat.
Yeah. So I'm just super tacky. He made me want to go shopping.
Is that what's happening to me? I see this nigga, he looking so tacky. I'm like, I gotta get some fly shit.
Yeah, I think
hurt my mind and shit. It's probably what it is. This nigga's hurting my mind and shit.
But enough about Eugene for the night. He got enough coming up. Friday the 13th. Oh, yes, sir, buddy.
Jason takes Manhattan. Jason takes Miami.
I say we fund Suave to go down there and have on a Michael Myers mask in front of Miami-Dade. That's if Polite have to show up in person.
Yeah, we gotta find out if he's sure. We need somebody closer because this is always a stop and go whether he actually got to go or not.
Yeah.
But I don't see him like, yo, I really don't see him having to go until like the very end and shit, and they just send some people to come get him and shit. Because I'm curious to see how this all plays out because they've been doing this Zoom meeting shit. How is that gonna work in trial? They're gonna do trial through the Zoom meeting?
I highly doubt if they want to lock him up, they're gonna let him do Zoom.
Right. I'm like,
I mean, when it comes down to the wire, I think they're gonna be in court. Even Cardi B and Tasha K had to go to court. You know, for that last little bit, they had to be there in the courtroom.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
what a tangled web, Eugene. Oh, what a tangled web you weaved.
You should have stopped being nasty when we told you to stop being nasty.
You should have stopped scamming.
That too. We told him to stop being nasty and stop scamming.
I will say this, right? Now that we kind of spent a lot of time going back into the history of that entire community, right? We've gone back through Dr. York with Chuck, and you know what I'm saying? We've done that.
Yeah.
We've gone through that history. We've gone back all the way through the NOI and the different incarnations of the NOI and the MSTA and all the way back into these other movements, right? And to be honest, right? What is there anything other than scamming that you could do in a movement? Like any of it? Like, is there really anything productive that could come out of the Custom Crusaders?
I don't concept. I don't know. I don't think so. My vote would be probably more than likely no.
Could we poll? Could we throw a poll? We got enough people to poll in the chat. I don't know. I'm just
we got 9. What's the poll?
Is there anything worthwhile left in the conscious community? Is there anything other than scamming? I can't word it right.
I'm going with the first one.
Anything of value left? Cause I'm like, it's starting to become like you end up in this motherfucker and you get propped up to some position because your speech is the most inflammatory, right? And that's pretty much what it is, right? How did Polite get on? The same way that this other guy got on, because he was
fiery rhetoric.
Yeah, he was inflammatory and a contrarian. So anybody that came up speaking about anything, he took the contrary position, and then he got all hype. You know what I'm saying? He banged on dashikis. He banged on sovereignty and presented sovereignty to folks. Because once you realize, like, what else are you gonna present? Is what they've been presenting from the beginning. Some special status. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have not acquired status for yourself, you know what I'm saying? For whatever circumstances, whether they be created by you or created by your environment, if you have not created that, it does not mean that you don't have a want for it. And if somebody offers you something that seems attainable, you're gonna take it. But you know, in 2022, if you're in the circumstances where you crying on the bench and one of these costume cats comes sit next to you, I would say that go to school. Like whatever the school that you need to go to, whether it be a trade school, whether it be for certificate, whether it be, you know, going back to get a master's or a doctorate or whatever you need to go back to do, so that you can feel like you've accomplished whatever you need to accomplish, so that this shit don't sound attractive to you no more. Because at some point, like if we're all given this information, now this information is made public. So before today, there was absolutely no videos speaking about Ashima Takis. Right? So if I put in Ashima Takis in the YouTube, I find videos about tacky chips. Right?
Okay, we got 3 in the no position. I can't vote because this is my poll.
It sounds like we got 5. But it's like at some point, you know, and if the information's out there, do you really have an excuse to say you don't? So if you run with this shit after 2022, after we see the like, yo, before we got all this information, before all the information that you know, that people presented on Garvey, not me, but you know, other people on Garvey, you know, before that information got presented, people didn't know. Right? People are running with the narrative that was created after he died, that he was a great Pan-African leader, right? So you can build on that and then believe that Elijah Muhammad's a great Pan-African leader. But then you have to ask, what is your requirements for greatness? And a lot of people's requirements for greatness was making white people mad. Not like actually doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get to a point when doing something is exciting. You know, like Booker T. Washington did something. You know what I'm saying? George Washington Carver did something. You know what I'm saying? There was things done.
You still salty about what, Tomas?
About them damn Reese Pieces with the potato chips in them?
Don't bring them up again, man. What you had to do that for?
It just so my mom looking to see if they got them in the grocery store tomorrow, just so I could call the manager and be like, yo, what?
You just want to find something to fuss about.
I will go in there.
Like before the era of cell phones and computers and the internet and shit, you'd have been one of those people writing angry letters to the newspaper.
Editorials, yeah. So if I was in that time at this age, yeah, I would be the person calling the 1-800 number in the back.
Jeremy say he seen those. They don't look good.
You seen them in real life? See, that's oh man.
That just sounds nasty.
It sounds
like that chip will be soggy as fuck. Who the hell wanna be?
Why do you like chips are fine by themselves?
Exactly.
Like
you know what?
I saw, like, why do I want to have a chocolate covered potato with peanut
peanut butter? Not
peanut
even
butter,
peanuts.
A peanut butter chocolate potato.
Hey, that's some people's idea of a good time.
That is not the kind of stuff, man. That's not the kind of stuffed baked potato I want. I don't want.
That's not the shit our ancestors got free for. Okay,
nah,
we did not get free for Rap Snacks with every flavor in one bag. How do you even fucking do that?
Yo, civilization didn't.
We got time to come up with 52 different snacks during the pandemics, but we can't fix the chain of supply. Shabo talking about chocolate covered bacon is good. Bacon is the exception to almost every rule. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even eat pork anymore, and I know that. I got some turkey bacon at night.
Confused the fuck out of me. Who the hell thought about that? Like, let me dip some bacon in this chocolate.
Because you eat bacon with pancakes and stuff. People that like sweet shit.
Bacon and pancakes. I can see that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense to me. Oh,
makes more sense than a potato chip shoved in the middle of a Reese
No,
cup.
there's no reason. Like, yo, I've never in my
No,
life.
Jeremy, that's a different one. See, the pretzel will actually hold up. Potato chips, I'm not so sure. And they didn't put it on the bottom. No, they put it on the bottom instead of like they put it in that layer of chocolate on the bottom, the pretzel. So it's like a chocolate covered pretzel, but it had a Reese cup on the top. That's what I was talking about yesterday. No, this is an actual potato chip that's like crumbled up and shoved through the peanut butter.
They crushed up the potato chip and put it in
shoved it through the peanut butter. Yeah.
And they think that just because potato chip and peanut butter both start with the letter P, they go together. And they fucking don't.
No, that's somebody that dump everything in their mouth at one time and just chew. That's who they got doing these taste tests. You know what? This is ooh.
I'm not eating chocolate and peanut butter and potato chips.
This is what the artificial tongue is telling them is good, okay? Ever since they started using that artificial tongue and we got legalized, the recipes start getting crazier and crazier.
Yo, whoever liked that shit needs to be beat when they were a child. Just a lot of beatings.
Who the hell want a cheeseburger flavor potato chip? I learned a long time ago that shit don't taste nothing like what it purports to be.
I accidentally bought some cotton candy grapes. They were disgusting.
That's because you were expecting regular grapes.
Probably, but they would still.
Yeah, but Jeremy, some people do. Sweet. We all know that person that chew with their mouth open.
I'm not eating chips and chocolate. Yeah, you feel me, Jeremy? I'm not eating no chips and chocolate on the same time. Like, yo, it's certain things. It's certain things that I don't do. Like, they don't go together.
Yeah, well, it's certain stuff that you do that other people don't do. It take all kinds to make the world go round, don't it?
That's true. Like, because
lower your blood pressure.
I might have some waffles and
chicken,
oxtail, oxtail and waffles.
I don't know about syrup touching my oxtails though.
Now I'm thinking about like scraping the meat off the oxtail and putting it on the waffle, and the waffle just be the right sweetness that you could just put some butter on it.
Okay, that's sounding better.
You know what I'm saying? I made all y'all hungry just now.
No, I'm still full from dinner, actually.
Yo, I know it sounded like you had mad food, yo.
No, I got the macaroni and they put it in 3 cups. It's like, what the fuck? You took a large portion of macaroni,
no, you don't
divided
understand.
it into 3 and put it in 3 big cups.
Nah, you don't
understand.
Wait,
you already had them prepackaged for the smalls. So you took them and emptied them out into the large cup because you was trying to get me up out of there.
Probably.
That's what that was. But they ain't want to make it obvious.
Open the bag and I was like, she got mad.
They put everything in a separate bag. Like
that's what it was. I was like, I just heard mad ruffle. It was
when you go to Popeyes, they put every individual thing in a set. If you got size, they put your size in a bag, but they had 3 large cups of macaroni, but it was 3 smalls and 3 large cups. Yeah. I guess they didn't want me to get it and it be piled up on top of each other. And I'd be like, what the fuck? But by the time I'd have got home, it had melted into each other. It's fucking macaroni and cheese. But they took 3 smalls and put them in 3 large cups. So that was 2 bags right there. Then there's biscuits that come with it. That's a bag. DJ had fries. That's a box. Then it's strips, that's another box. The biscuits that come with it, that's another box. And then they take all of that and put it in a big ass, crinkly ass plastic bag along with condiments and napkins and shit.
That's a fact. Hey, yo, KFC, I fucked the biscuits up. I don't know.
I don't eat at KFC. I haven't for a good many years.
What you said, Popeyes?
Yes, Popeyes. That's just like black folk. Black folk don't like their food touching, but Popeyes take it just a wee bit too far.
Popeyes,
I guess just in case one of the lids pop open and some leak out, because black folk ignorant. So this is the black folk restaurant, even though that chicken be high as a motherfucker. But DJ wanted churches, and churches give me a pounding headache. I can't eat it at all. So Popeyes it was.
They got one Popeyes in Connecticut, right? They used to have two. They used to have two. But when I say that people
what y'all got up there, Bojangles?
No, they got KFC. They got their own, like we got like our own like little chicken franchise joints in different cities or whatever. They might got a churches now, but back in the day, like if you wanted to get fried chicken, like you had to, like if you got a taste for Popeyes and shit, you had to go to you had to go to Haven.
Shabo, why would you even tell us that? You just want Jaded to go off now.
Oh, come on, Shabo. Come on.
No, Popeyes is one of those or it used to be one of those
unicorn matter of fact,
spots.
Shabo,
now
it's cool.
just alright.
It's cool. It's all right, Shabo. I understand.
Live and let live.
I'm having a mini meltdown inside though.
My homegirl used to get mad because I cut my waffles on the squares in the waffles.
I just feel like
they put it there conveniently for you. So why not use the lines?
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't do that shit. I usually just.
But it used to bug the shit out of her.
It depends.
I don't know why.
It depends on the.
Because waffle, I cut my waffle up. If I got 10 pieces of waffle, I need to cut whatever my meat up is in 10 pieces.
If it's a moist waffle, I can see the cut. If it's a crispy waffle, I eat a crispy waffle like a cracker. Like I break that motherfucker
down. No.
If it's a crispy waffle, I break it down and dip it in
because I mean we was eating at the galley, but the cafeteria on base.
The galley.
You know, so this is like brunch. So they give you them waffle. All of it's like so you know, you just eat it all together and it might taste decent. No shit, it's just one of those things. They get the leftover chicken strips from the night
had
before.
The same. No. I know exactly the waffles you talking about because we probably that we get those waffles too.
Yeah,
I've had those waffles before. I know what you're saying. They're like they're not exactly Eggo waffles, but they like Eggos. Yeah,
they kind of in another life they might have been an Eggo.
Yeah, like Eggo's third cousin.
Yeah. Twice removed.
Like the one that don't be invited to the family get-togethers and shit. I know exactly what you're talking about. And the syrup be a little bit different, but it's syrup. So you be like, ooh, syrup.
Now they did us decent with the syrup most of the time. But they
I mean, you guys are fighting for the country. They're gonna fight, so you gotta get
the meat boxes say not for human consumption. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
no,
but
it's a few things that you're not gonna run out of in the military. Caffeine.
Serve the rat ass. We'll just say that. You would never serve the rat ass.
We know of. Look, the back freezer is where they put the dead bodies.
Oh yeah, that part.
Yeah. That thing. I didn't eat in the back galley after that. Dude had a heart attack right before we hit Australia. And it was a storm, so we couldn't pull in port. His family had flew out. He was retiring. Dude kicked the bucket, like you could see land. And they put him in the freezer.
With the food.
And I was like, dude, what do y'all do? Because one of my homeboys worked in the galley. And I was like, what do y'all do with all the food? Are y'all just shoving a dead body in there with the boxes and shit? And he was like, nah, we take all that and put it in the front freezer and then the freezer empty. I don't trust y'all.
Why can't you just have a separate freezer just in case somebody died? Why
on a 5,000 passenger fucking cargo freight? You don't have a goddamn.
You can't make a little bit extra.
No, you just take all the food and put it in the front freezer. And put the bodies in the back freezer. We can't just have some little freezer off to the corner for the purpose of corpses.
Yo, why
I don't
that
give a
Steven
damn
Seagal
how much
movie
you
come
watch
in
the
my head?
motherfucker. I didn't eat in the back galley after that.
Hey, yo, why am I just thinking about that Steven Seagal movie and shit?
Shabo, that's why you take that cheese dip and you put it over everything, baby. That's what they give you, that little pack of, what is it? It's either Snicker bar or a little bitty pack of M&Ms like you get in the Easter basket, just enough to get you mad. Yeah, the miniature hot sauce. That yeah.
You eat that on
Smother
top.
it in that cheese and the hot sauce, and you got a halfway decent meal. I heard the beef mac is really good. But see, I was in the Navy, so we had a different set of problems. Did you wash your hands before you start scrambling them eggs, motherfucker?
Shit. All I know
I give
is
you
if
some
the food was
strawberries if you burn this CD
nasty,
for me.
if the food was nasty, you put it inside a plastic bag and you smuggle it back, and then you add it to a mofongo. That's kind of what we did. Like, I'm gonna put this on a mofongo. It tastes better than it does now.
That's why you always send care packages to your children in the military, and send them what they ask you for, because there's usually a reason behind it. I've told my mama I wanted cheese puffs. I wanted the real cheese puffs. I ain't want none of them store brand cheese puffs. Why? Because when you shake the store brand cheese puffs up, all it is grease. What happens when you send package? Oh, that's the other thing. If you're sending package to your little one overseas or to the military anywhere, make sure you package that joint very securely. No hope of breakage, because they gonna throw that bitch around like it's a soccer ball at the grand championship. This one dude, his mama sent him a whole case of Tapatio. That's how we survived that cruise. Oh boy, and his mama and that damn Tapatio. The first time she sent the big bottles, but it was like a whole case of them. But they was throwing the motherfuckers around, so they broke like 3 of the bottles, and we was all up there about to cry and shit. And then my mama sent me them store brand cheese puffs, and we couldn't even eat them motherfuckers. I told her I wanted some tea bags, and she sent me some concentrated tea. Now is not the time to experiment with some new shit. Send me some Tetleys.
Send me the regular shit.
Yeah.
Basics. All I
wanted was some tea. You put a drop of that shit in some water, it turned brown. It tastes like tea dregs.
Well, when you be in jail and shit, the commissary sells you your care package too. So.
Oh yeah, we got a commissary too. You go right down there and you spend all your little hard-earned money on juices and ramen noodles and shit. That's where the parents come in with the care packages. We love y'all.
Oh, not everything is out.
Ain't nothing like some home-baked cookies when you been out to sea for 3 months and ain't seen a sign of land.
Oh no, that's not happening in jail.
You've been sleeping in a room with 50 of the same sex under a damn AC vent. Cold as shit with a little
one of those homemade
cookies
just changes your day.
Hell yeah, package call come, everybody happy. You just waiting for a letter until you get the wrong letter.
So you even get mail in the ship?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask this stupid question. I know I'm gonna feel stupid once I ask the question and you answer it. But how the fuck you get mail on the ship?
Okay, like say I'm stationed over at Fort Bragg, right? So that's my address. So my squadron, like it'll be Fort Bragg, Squadron 72, woo. So if 72 is out on the Vincent, on the USS Carl Vincent, when it gets to Fort Bragg, or actually they got it set up so like it forwards your mail kind of sort of, but it sends all that squadron's mail or whatever out to the little ship, and the little ships come out to replenish and refuel the big ships. So when they refueling, that's where the chucking, that's where the throwing of the packages comes in.
They throw it on the boat.
Well, no, they don't throw it on the boat. It's in this big ass box that's in this net, and they move
the
it
Connex
from
box joint, and they move it from the crane and shit.
So yeah, they take it from there and they put it on the on the carrier. It's gonna be on the flight deck where they put the jets when it's raining and shit like on the side of the ship,
like on Robo.
So yeah, so it's there and it's in these big ass boxes and it's marked down by your squadron because we was in a squadron. So the squadron makes up a wing, air wing, and then the wings make up a CAG. Or however, I might have that a little bit wrong, but that's basically how it go. I was in Jason and the Argonauts. That was our pilot's thing, you know.
That's crazy. You know, they had a newspaper named after the Argos.
Mm-hmm.
That was their shit. That's the newspaper. They spread they anti-white sentiment in the Argos.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because it's that same little Germanic helmet or whatever. But
as soon as you said it, just like I said, it makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying?
So then you have people that are stationed directly on the ship, and then you have people that are stationed to the squadrons. So the mail is pretty much broken up like that. And then they'll tell us, like, I was in admin technically because I was IT, so they didn't know where to put us. So we was with admin. So we with admin, so they call us up to get everybody packages, but everybody end up like wandering through trying to see if they got some mail. So we sitting up here gathering everybody packages because of course you're gonna volunteer because you get your shit first. But they be sitting up there throwing them motherfuckers around like they at football practice.
Damn.
Mm.
Shout out to Care Packages and those who care to send them.
That part.
Shout out to
and
those
my
who
friend
the Care Packages right so they don't get broken.
That part too. Make sure you use bubble wrap for your babies.
Use the good bubble wrap too. Don't use the old bubble wrap that you were snapping on a little bit. Make sure all the bubbles are intact.
That part. Excuse me.
What a week. What a week. So, Nature Boys adopted a new costume. Yo, so you think they got all the bed sheets together? Did they buy the bed sheets already cut into He-Man patterns?
Where are they now?
I thought they was in Atlanta.
They got them from Black and Noble.
Black and Noble's in Atlanta too?
Yeah.
Oh damn. I had no idea. I didn't know it was a franchise. I had no idea it was a franchise. Yo, man, you should have seen the little dance they was doing. They was like bobbing and dancing, and then Nature Boy sitting there looking like he's in ecstasy. Like he looked like he really looked like how a 5-year-old looks when they're singing Happy
drop
Birthday.
that in the Facebook group too, or did she? I think she dropped it in the Facebook group.
I think she dropped the Facebook group yesterday, like last night.
Well, I know it was yesterday. It was during the live last night.
I think it was, yes.
Because she dropped it both places, I think, if that's the right one.
I think she did. I think she dropped it.
Let's hope she did. Because she say you want to laugh. I think it's funny. You think it's funny?
Man. He looks like a 5-year-old at a birthday party while they're singing Happy Birthday to him.
Yes, he do.
They singing to me. Like, it's sad because it's really reflective of someone that really didn't get a lot of attention when they was a kid.
No, that ain't it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see somebody doing this as an adult getting attention as a kid. Like you really moved by somebody. I don't know, man. Like,
no, she put the one in there, them fighting.
Nah, that wasn't it. That was what she dropped today. You gotta scroll. You know
no, she dropped this yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fight
I know,
video.
but it was two of them. It was the fight video and the one with Malia. And that's what I'm saying. She didn't put the third one in the chat. She just dropped it in here.
Oh, hold up.
Hold on, let me
it's
see.
It's that slide. It's a slide person. It's Asian that got it. Hold up. I'm not gonna be able to find it.
Marquis. Did I play Entanglement last night?
You did. I think you did. Or that was the night before. Here it is.
Oh, here go the Reese Cup potato chip commercial, so I gotta be close.
Here it is. I got it.
You got it?
I think I got it. This is one of them. There's at least one of them. Where should I put it? Here, I send it to you.
Okay, send it to my messenger. Well, 9 people done voted, Nappy Yankee, and that's the result so far. 26 minutes running. How you doing tonight?
What up?
Oh Lord, this the full version. Excuse me. Hey, look, I didn't influence the vote. I just took it.
Yeah, we didn't even get to vote, Nappy. Vote would have still been 100% if I got the vote.
Looking like she in excruciating pain. And you see that right there on her side? That look like a gauze to me.
Okay, Nico.
Yeah, her this queen that just look like it's gonna break at any minute.
Oh, I think I know who that was. That was DL Davis.
That had the song? Okay.
I think so.
That could
I think that's her name.
That could
it's a female. It's DL Davis with the T or something.
I know it was SL something. I thought it was SL.
SL Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, there she go.
Is that it? There you go.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Right, the second one.
You never seem to surprise
There we go.
Make sure you like this video. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you do so. Make sure that notification bell is on with the option all. So when I upload these videos, you are the first one to watch. It seems like it's a big celebration video or live stream, shall we call it, to welcoming back Malia. Now, we don't know where she went. We don't know if she's ever going to share with the public if she was sick in the house in another room where he wasn't filming, or was Malia, in fact, in the hospital for a while until she got better. All we know, and that is the facts, doesn't need to be said allegedly.
Hey, Kafa, love you too.
It's like they sit around watching Avatar way too much.
Yeah, and he probably make them watch that shit on repeat.
Going to do the big reveal that Malia did not go anywhere. They did
doing little hand signals.
She's still first lady, the queen, the chief sis, and all of that. And we now are not going to see Nateri.
Thank God I was raised in the country.
Because Malia has got her spot back. Now, I can't tell from the brief putting the video on Malia for a second if she's smoking the ooh-wee or buzz off the ancestor nectar.
Ancestor nectar.
Ancestor nectar.
Feeling well. If she in fact was sick, I don't know.
Yeah, the wild part is like all these dudes is like right near each other.
Playing this scenario of making us think that Malia
like
and him broke up.
Fairway far from Nature Boy right now.
Because she was badly
he in Texas.
And then Florida right over there too.
Fluffy pancakes. Yes, this is Nature Boy and Co. Where all the men at? Did he run them all off, or they just ain't in this clip?
Nah, the men were not in this clip because they was in the other video. They was all over the floor, kneeled down in rows.
Okay. I understand. Did he run all off or something?
Man. What in the fuck, man? Look at this outfit he got on.
But just was very curious
to where she had went.
Chief broken wrist.
Growing up in the country with my pancakes fluffy, yeah, when my mama decided to make pancakes.
Yo, fluffy pancakes, man. Shout out to those.
Hey, transcript. Yeah, we played it back for people that didn't hear it.
Oshay Asha Allah.
Ashe Osha Allah.
What?
Ashe
No,
Osha.
I heard,
Allah.
but I'm like, yo, that don't even make any fucking sense together.
Nam yo ho de get yo, nam yo ho de get yo.
Like, this is just like y'all just saying things.
They are. Negro.
Like, this is all that shit. It's all feeling based. Like, they feeling good. So they get together. They start
standing in formation with palms up. I don't know if we gonna go that far, transcript. Who said you was a troll?
Oh man. Oh God.
She rocking extra hard.
Yeah, she going there. She must be really trying to get the attention. See how she flipping her hands?
Super fast.
She's like, look at my style. Look. Those are the backup singers. Yeah, they probably had to fight to get to sit next to Nature Boy on the futon and shit.
That part. You know they do. And then he just up here looking at the camera like, yeah, oh, you got that hair braided back, so can't nobody see that for him. And ball spot on. Who house they done took over, funking up, smelling like patchouli and bussy? Oh, my bad. Madussy.
You know, people getting shit now. They probably went and got them PPP loans and put a down payment on something.
I heard they was staying with somebody.
Man, I can't see anybody paying the mortgage to have motherfuckers in their house singing Ashe Osha Allah.
Hey, that girl did it before they went over to whatchamacallit. He got it braided back, and that's a feather in the back of his hair. Oh, then they go over in the corner wearing regular. He ain't have enough money to get them costumes.
Like, nah, y'all fucking the camera picture up. Y'all sit on the floor over there.
Who told him? He got a feather in the back, y'all.
Man,
that's what that is.
This is what happens when you gas people too much. Give your babies attention, man. Pick them up. Give them hugs and shit. Tell them you're proud of them and shit. Because if you don't, do they got a Star of Davy drawn in yarn and shit on the
Yes, they do. They don't know what they want to be.
Everything.
A little of this, a little of that.
It's anything. It's spiritual. But meanwhile, they're gonna say they giving up the Christianity.
And then what's that in the? Ain't that the Buddha statue or the other statue?
They giving up all these foreign religions just to take little pieces of them and shit and fuck them up. Oh, they're on a bed.
What's that statue in the corner?
I can't see. Let me see.
Your blind ass.
Yeah. That looks like to the left. That probably That's either Kuan Yin. What's the other one? Lakshmi. Kuan Yin, Lakshmi.
You know they don't give a damn about no.
I think that's Lakshmi. It's the
social
woman, right?
distance. Lakshmi. Yeah.
Lakshmi.
Cupcake. Who is that in the background? That ain't Buddha.
Yes,
that's
Lakshmi.
the other one, the female.
Yeah, Lakshmi or Bodhisattva or Kuan Yin.
And then he up there clapping like a 2-year-old at Chuck E. Cheese.
I told you, look at him. Yo, is that like dust on top of the bed? There's a whole bunch of dust. Oh no, that's a little bed sheet look a little dusty and shit.
So they went and made a little shrine on the bed, and they sitting up here basically singing to these two.
Mm-hmm.
And they, Lord have mercy.
Oh man.
The ass backwardsness of people these days.
The lack of self-esteem present in that room. Man.
Okay, Cupcake.
That's like a self-esteem black hole and shit. That's why he's wearing all black to absorb
he got
everybody
the women
else's
fighting each other and shit, and they still there grinning and stuff like it's the place to be.
He got a bunch of single men that he got hanging around each other and shit, and he's telling them that all the women are mine.
Yeah, but then he passed them around to the men when they be getting ornery and shit. Yeah. And he let old boy pipe them down because they say old boy packing.
God.
The one dude, yeah, for real. I was like, that was some information I could have done without knowing.
Oh boy, these niggas. But I don't know.
Nature Boy into that other shit. Oh God, Chicky.
But I don't know. But when they started talking about identity extremists and shit, like I can understand why. Maybe that needs to be a problem. Maybe that should have been something that happened a long time ago. That motherfuckers.
Well, maybe they should quit letting people in here without vetting them.
Maybe just stop letting people up in here. Period, man. At this point,
they should have been quit doing that.
Oh yeah, speaking of letting people in here. So I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but there are African students in Ukraine presently who are being deboarded from refugee buses headed to Poland to make room for the white refugees.
Lord, here we go again.
That's going on. So, again, like, all these countries, they'll extend a hand out and say you could do that for some type of political agenda, right? But at the end of the day, these people don't fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Until we have to have a whole lot of power until, for them to not treat us like we're less than human. We're in their country to get medical degrees and shit like that. And I'm sure to help their country in some way, shape, or form in return. And they're like, well, fuck it. You could die with these Russians and shit. So that's going on. Yeah, this is bogus like most.
Hey, all we can do is sit back and watch. Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
I think that most wars after the Civil War were probably bogus in many respects. But that's a somewhat provocative opinion, I suppose.
Provocative.
Yes, provocative, the provocateurs. We got all kind of provocs. We got Eugene. It probably smells like provolone cheese.
Provolone isn't stinky enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you let
girl, they got the nuclear system on high alert right now. But I believe our intercept system is on point, so we should be good. Man, I bought one of them little fragrance thing that spit fragrance out every so often, right? The thing's still scaring the shit out of me. What?
No, they just pulled off though. That's weird. That was weird. That was very
EU
weird.
took Russia banks out of SWIFT system. I'm not surprised. They said they was gonna cut their monies off.
Yeah, people are talking about the world war, but it may not happen now. This may result in a bunch of sanctions for Russia, and then the sanctions might piss the Russian people off.
Yes, Jeremy, the thing be going off randomly to my.
Oh, what a world! What a world! What a world! But the memes will be circulating.
They already circulating.
Oh, they're gonna get worse. They shall get worse.
Almost guaranteed. Let's see if old Vlad would just go ahead and take this L and go home, but no, he's not a good loser.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, the national, I just don't see nationalism something that's positive for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see that this is Russian nationalism. We've seen white nationalism and black nationalism and all these various different nationalist
Doesn't seem to end too well.
Yeah, like it always ends with crazy motherfucker.
They all say they ain't backing down. It's just, is he, he can play a good game of chicken. Hey, look, don't borrow tomorrow's troubles for today. We won't know until it gets here. And if all else fails, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
I mean, the bottom line is, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Unless you of age, unless you of fighting age, you can go fight and you can go enlist. If you really want to do something, but other than that, Speaking of enlisted, man, isn't that cold how like it's almost like there's a stigma for enlisting in the army and shit, you know what I'm saying? In the black community and shit. But historically and shit, the military has been a way to
elevate yourself,
elevate the status.
Yeah,
out of different statuses. In that way throughout all of history.
Yes.
not just American history, you know what I'm saying?
But if you go and join the military, you working for the man.
Yeah, but again, like, where is that coming from? Like, where are we getting that? Is that organic? Because it's like, I mean, is it really organic? Or is it like we know that if we can get people not to join the military or not to feel like, because now look.
Hey, look, it's been laid out for us in the Black Dragon.
Yeah. Like, look, it used to be a draft for all people. Now they just take the draft and they're not going to draft and they say they're not going to draft
because they got volunteers. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, like, that came because of legislation. That meant like the people were clamoring. We don't want to have to go to war.
You can't take our babies. Stuff like that. Yeah, it was a lot of that.
And that came after a lot of black people went to jail. A lot of white people got to Canada. A lot of black people went to jail because of sedition and draft dodging and stupid shit like that. The Black Dragon Society is an organization, is a ultra nationalistic organization that sat in the shadows throughout the world, spreading Pan-Asian nationalist thought. So in America, that manifested through a gentleman by the name of Sarahara Takahashi, who ingratiated himself to various Black organizations in the 1920s, including the members of the UNIA, the Nation of Islam, the Moorish Science Temple, etc. And they also were in Captain America comic books and DC comic books. They were just the bad guys all over. And then in the 1960s, someone by the name of Dante, I think his name was like Lazarus Dante or some crazy, stupid shit like that. But he and someone by the name of Ashita Kim started the Black Dragon Fighting Association, which was like all the fake Kumite shit from Bloodsport.
Frank Duke.
Yeah, Frank Dukes and all them niggas. Yep. That was the Black Dragon. That was the other Black Dragon Society that was founded in America by a bunch of karate scammers. They also scammed the Black community too. A lot of karate scammers set up classes in the Black community and shit.
And that's why they had Bruce Leroy in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Yeah, Karate Joe.
Bruce Leroy's uncle on his mama's side.
Yo, I had a Chinese Goju instructor, and the classes was very much like the classes from Last Dragon. Like real talk, like even that Chinese Goju is my art. I will bear no arms. May God protect me if I have to use my hands and shit. Like that shit is what is it? Peace is my mission. Some it was a long credo and shit you had to say before class and shit, but that was really what you had to do in the Chinese Goju class. So that was cool. I felt like Bruce Leroy a little bit. Leroy, I'm throwing a party in your honor. The guests have been chosen so that you go out in style. Leroy! I've seen that movie so many times. Can you teach me some moves?
Lord, not that.
I don't even have a paintbrush. See you yellow peril sucker. I will start doing it.
NK is a jiu-jitsu master too.
No, NK actually practices CMOS Taekwondo, which is an ancient art that was passed down from Dr. Sebi before he passed. So it was a double pass. So he passed it off and he passed off when CMOS Taekwondo was founded.
You got goldfish in your shoes.
That might be where NK harvests CMOS from.
Them goldfish shoes.
Inside the pimp goldfish shoes. I get my CMOS from the 70s. But I'm just curious, right? Because this is this makes little sense to me. So Marshall was on house arrest.
Is on house arrest.
Marshall missed the court date.
And they told him he got a week to turn his butt in.
But niggas on house, like, why don't they go pick
Because they giving him the week to turn himself in, and if he don't, they gonna go pick his little silly ass up.
He is a white boy.
Duh.
Because I just think like, yo, I got called in for jury duty, right? And I don't want to go to jury duty. I get kind of triggered in court. I don't like to go to court, right?
Yeah.
So I sent in the paperwork and shit, and they're like, fuck you, you still gotta go. And then when I called in and tried to talk about it, they said, shit, we gonna lock you up. If you don't go, then we gonna set a warrant. And I'm like, yo, now if I don't show up for court, they'll probably have somebody on my door to lock my ass up for not going to jury duty, right?
Why, yes.
But this nigga get 10 days or a week to turn himself in and shit. Like, when did they start doing that for niggas? I'm just really shocked. Like, even with Eugene, like, but I get that was like a clerical error of why he's still walking around polluting the world with his face. But, you know.
Yes, his face is a crime against humanity.
His face is a crime against the universe. Like, I don't even know, like.
Because they can pick him up anytime. He can't leave that house without that damn ankle monitor going off. That's how.
I mean, I get that. Like, he's basically just a sitting duck, and he's like,
so it ain't like they gotta wait for him. Oh, we got a runner. You know, he can't go nowhere. If he try, they gonna know almost instantaneously.
What a slow little man.
I know, right? And he think he over there just doing something. It's like, Negro, when that week is up, this Tuesday or Wednesday, they're gonna come knocking at your door.
Friday night. Yo, man, like, it just, the sad
the level of stupidity amazes me. Well, it doesn't amaze me anymore. It used to.
I don't even think that these guys ever, like, I don't think they really have support like that. I think it's just trolls. I think a lot of the people say like
support in the beginning, but
I think right now a lot of niggas that's saying, "Oh, I support," I think they're either like
they just doing that shit because they think it's funny.
Right? They trolls. They want a response, and they know he's gonna. They're looking for some response and shit from this nigga. It's very bizarre, but you know what I'm saying.
We are.
We're here. Like, we still ain't got no HVAC.
Umar came out and told another lie about that. Apparently,
he came out and if nobody's seen that shit, we could throw the pathological liar video on the channel. It's on there.
We saw that one. No, I'm talking about tonight. Lennon said, yeah.
Oh, there's a new live.
Lennon was live. Yeah, he might still be live.
Oh, there's a new live on the table. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, he said something about Umar lied about the HVAC like he said he would. And then he got pathological liar on the thumbnail.
Man, this dude says that the construction company had the HVAC and then they absconded without putting the HVAC in the system and shit. But I think somebody called all these companies.
And didn't nobody have no. He should be coming through soon, Tomas. Real soon. I just talked to Chuck the other day.
But you notice how, like if I went to XYZ Plumbing and XYZ Plumbing fucked my shit up, right? I'm gonna say XYZ Plumbing fuck my shit up. Why are you the reputation of this company if they did you like this? If they kept your boy, because that shit is a lie. I know it's a lie. I'm just saying sometimes you gotta spell it out, and we don't know who's in the clouds, and we know a lot of our cloud listeners, they need the spelling. What in the fuck are they doing?
You don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird shit going on my block.
Weird shit.
Yes, the spoonians are spooning. Anyhow, it's like you would think that someone an adult would be intelligent enough to like even try to make a lie that is plausible. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it's like these, like the way that you're telling this lie doesn't even sound believable. Like the way that you're going about this lie doesn't even sound like you think anybody's gonna believe you that has any credibility. You just need to say something. And then finishes the statement off with, and I'm not gonna prove it because I don't have anything to prove to you, and anybody who wants proof didn't donate.
Just as special as they come.
And it's like, at this point, you're doing this this is not a real thing. This is entertainment. You're like a sideshow act. You know what I'm saying? You can say the same things over and over again. You know what I'm saying? In various situations, you work a way to say the same shit. Because he blamed the contractors like a year or two ago. Like, it was almost like he said some shit like, I don't want the contractors to just run off with the money or something like that. And then as soon as
he had this plan from the start.
Right. But it's like it's poorly planned. It's like if my son was trying to fool me, right? Now, my son's a pretty smart 8-year-old boy, right?
Yeah,
but
he's still 8.
He's an 8-year-old boy, right? So the you know, he's not versed in lying, right? And the way that Umar operates, it's like you're like a little kid. You don't really know how things work, so that you think that this lie is a credible lie because you really don't know how things work. So you don't know that like there is no HVAC company that's gonna hold on to the HVAC and shit like that. You don't know that you have to.
It's like, what would an HVAC company gain from keeping your HVAC from you?
Right.
Nothing.
Not a
absolutely nothing.
They're looking for work. Like this is the time, like, and
it's during the damn pandemic. These folk ain't got time to be fooling around with your HVAC.
Right. They were looking for work. They're moving around. Now, I can see if you were on the schedule, you were supposed to have a payment didn't go through and you went about your business, or you hired an HVAC company, they did their estimate, and they're waiting for you to pay for HVAC.
He ain't about
and you ain't
HVAC.
never bought shit. Right.
He ain't caught nan HVAC company. None of that. Because it was people offering to work on the HVAC for free and he wouldn't take it.
Right. So put it all together, right? Put it all together. He started with $250,000. He claims that he hasn't gotten a donation since he's got school.
We all know that's a lie.
But that's what he put on the tax. That's what he told the tax man, that he has not gained one donation since he got to school, right? And then he claimed, I think he said he's spending like what, $100,000 on his own personal expenses,
something like that,
right? So he's blown everything but $400,000. You know what I'm saying? All the money that he's blown
that 400,000, he ain't got.
Well, I mean, he technically did blow the 400,000, but what I'm saying is he spent 400,000 on the buildings. You know what I'm saying? So the intended purpose was to purchase buildings, and he purchased those buildings. He stated that the buildings would cost $1 million, but the thing that cost $1 million was the St. Paul school. So once he didn't bid on the St. Paul school, then there was no need for $1 million for this nigga.
That part.
He just sat on that shit. And the whole time that he was supposed to be bidding, he was spending that money. And then he collected outside of the PayPal and all that other shit. He collected the shit and then hurried up and shit. And he's been begging for money ever since. Now we can believe that he's never collected any money, but shit,
I don't believe shit.
Well, listen, I've been on the live in the period of time that he said he ain't getting no money. I've seen this nigga on live saying thank you for your donations, running people's name off and the amount of money for the donation. Now, if the IRS didn't see that shit, you know, Eventually they will. Eventually somebody will blow the whistle. And if there are any whistleblowers, all you got to do is find the IRS whistleblower. There's an IRS whistleblower website. You can go contact them and say, and go find them videos. This is him collecting, and he say he ain't collect no donations in a year. And they'll go look for him. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants action taken on a nigga, you know what I'm saying? But you know, at this point, he's living off of running his mouth. And people aren't mad about it because people think that he should be able to gain a living running his mouth because it makes people feel good. Now, what makes people feel good ain't always good. Because we're at a point right now where we need to be really working our way up to figuring out, like, okay, we keep on talking about who don't fuck with us and shit, and we keep on fucking with motherfuckers that don't fuck with it of not fucking with us, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, right, we're always talking about who getting their reparations, right?
Was that, yeah, I was gonna say, was that rhetorical?
Right, 2 groups of people got their reparations and shit, and we ain't getting no reparations, right? And both of those groups of people have spread their political ideas throughout the Black community and have caused the Black community and put the Black community at a disadvantage, while they were able to take that status and all that other shit and gain something for their communities and shit. And that and then did not turn back, and none of those communities turned back around and said, do we owe Black folks anything? None. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, I took martial arts lessons my whole life, pretty much, right? Well, my whole childhood, right? And my parents had to pay for that shit. They didn't say, you can get free classes because we owe you one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're all the colored races, so you can get free. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Most of those communities and shit, they only fuck with you if you bring in some money. You know what I'm saying? So you know, when we start looking back at where we're getting the shit that's coming out our mouth, when it starts coming from them people that only fuck with us for money, maybe
that ain't even the point of what he said. Best revision.
But
you doing the most tonight, ain't you? Sorry, Jaded. Say what?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting to the point where I just fall back and I don't even read certain comments and shit. Like, if it don't make no sense.
You can LOL all you want to. Keep right on.
I mean, we ain't gotta know. I mean, everybody entitled to their opinion and shit. But
no,
it's just
I'm saying that ain't even along what you was talking about.
That's cool.
No, it's not cool, because this is how we always get sidetracked. Can't keep on topic.
But technically, we can only get sidetracked if we get sidetracked. Unless Best Real wants to pop up on it, we can talk about it. Nah, ain't no disrespect. Pop up, baby. Pop up. It's an open panel. The jump off's on the jump off. Pop up on it. Build on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy tweaking people's nerves sometimes and shit. You know what I'm saying? If I think that they may be
he was talking about the classes to make a point, and you let the point go all the way over on your head, all the way over your head, worried about whether he can still fight or not. See, your mind ain't even in the right place.
But yeah, I can still fight. I'm pretty good at fighting. I didn't really play a lot of sports as a kid, so my sports was fighting.
I'm just saying, yo. Dang, every time we have a
to answer your question, saying. But that's all good. But it was just a thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my father was really into Asian shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like most of the bonding experience I had as a kid with my father was based around martial arts and shit. It was probably a little bit toxic and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was that. But yeah, like it's just interesting and shit that I find that, you know, there's not like solidarity. Like, you know what I mean? Like what is that solidarity? You know what I'm saying? And if we got solidarity with all these other groups, and that solidarity with those groups causes us as a group not to have solidarity, then maybe we should start looking at something that's inclusive, more so than saying that all black people must wear this costume, think that we all came from here. Did you know? Maybe we should start dealing with what the real problems are today, and our problem was never that we didn't know who we were. You know, these aren't real problems. You know what I'm saying? Our problem wasn't the chains of psychological slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's not a real problem. Our problem was the United States was not enforced. Not only was the United States not enforcing the law against white criminals in a terrorist organization, and we're not enforcing the law for terrorist acts, and on top of that, we're forcing black people out of the economic system, and when that ends, still viewed as not a part of the United States. That's what our problem is. That's what our problem was then, and that's what our problem is today. Only being used by various political factions, but we're not ever viewed as a part of it. So black Democrats aren't viewed as part of the Democratic Party. They're black Democrats, and black Republicans are black Republicans, but they can't be Republican. You know what I'm saying? Black Muslims are black Muslims, but they're not viewed the same as the rest of the Muslims. But they can get along because of these groups. That's a problem. You know, and if we're gonna start dealing with shit, then let's deal with that. You know, that's mental enslavement to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to do with slavery. You know what I'm saying? That has to do with being manipulated at a weak point. Like we had a long weak point that yeah, it's really easy to believe, oh yeah, we can't get shit in this country. But then if you look around without looking for confirmation bias, you know that's not true.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? We might gotta fight and go through a whole bunch of bullshit. We might not be able to bullshit our way through life like some other people can do.
But I mean, could we do that if we was in another country?
We could definitely not do that in another country.
Exactly.
It's the only country that we could almost bullshit through life.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And shit. And to be honest, this shit, I'm not too bad, and I bullshitted through life a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, and a lot of, you know, and there's a lot of people who get bullshitted through life and shit, and they can, you know, they jump on YouTube and shit, and they can make a way, and you can't do that other places like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like places that motherfuckers want to go. You know what I'm saying? And the places that you can do that are a lot like right here. So then what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
People come over here because this is supposed to be a land of opportunity. And yet and still we want to pack up all our bags and go somewhere else where we ain't even got the right.
Go to the lands lacking opportunity. Right? And you know, the people from other countries that want to get with us, for the foothold and the relationships and the connections that we may have here, right? But this is one thing, right? And they're not shots at nobody and shit, but you know, because I got my own issues with this, and it's something that all our communities need to work on, everybody and shit. Like we need to start building stronger familial bonds. You know what I'm saying? Because the familial bonds are what create the ability to see another person like your brother. But if you don't got a good relationship with your brother, or you don't got a good relationship with your sister, then you call the next person your sister. You bring that same energy into that relationship. It becomes very get unity if you don't have a clear understanding of family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we went through a lot, but at some point, you gotta, you know, if you in a fight, right, getting beat up, at some point you gotta lift your hands up so that you stop getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta move out the way and duck, and you might not, and you know, you might not be a fighter, so you gotta be able to get hit and then figure out like, okay, that's just coming. Let me move out the way. You know what I'm saying? So you know, at this point, we're continuing to fight the same way that's getting us hit in the head, upside down, and hitting the gut and all that other shit. So at this point, we need to say, okay, this is what's happening, right? Because there's a lot of people saying, right? So you got a bunch of people saying that the reason why we're suffering is because the original man was God and created the devil, and the devil, which was the white man, is only around for a certain allotted time, and we're testing ourselves, and that's why this is so difficult, because it's really a test of ourselves, and you know, all this other stupid shit, right? That then they have to say it's esoteric, because when you really read it, don't really make sense. Oh, it's just esoteric. You got to find a deeper meaning. No, it's bullshit, right? There's some people that think that we're cursed by God in the Bible, and that's why we're doing that shit. And it's like, well, I'm not subscribing to that either, because you know, ultimately the reality is the curse comes because in 1865, the vast majority of Black Americans were homeless. You know what I'm saying? And then they started passing laws to make life harder for Black people instead of helping the homeless people. And then they excluded Black people from all kind of public services. And then by the time they got put on the public services, it was administered in a way to create perpetual poverty for generations. And then because of the anti-American sentiment that was put in, Black people don't feel comfortable doing things like filling out census documents. So then the school systems be fucked up, and the public works be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't start participating and learning civics the real way, not the Fed way, right? Because whatever the fuck calling yourself, you know what I'm saying, doesn't really matter. If you want to find a name to call yourself and shit, then, you know, whatever, right? But if you want to find your identity, that's a personal thing. In America, you know what I'm saying? There's an identity as a Black person, which can be assumed that you have somebody
in your y'all think it's all bad. Yeah, y'all think it's all bad. In other countries, you know, your parents have to be registered for you to be on the books and shit. They have to be married for you to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
You know, but let's go ahead and close it out for here tonight. It's almost 1 o'clock.
All right.
This is TripCTreehouse, where it's always swinging.